What's up guys? Alright, so I'm currently 18 hours fresh out of surgery. I just got home from my surgery for my Achilles tendon rupture. I had a full complete tear. In fact, it was 21 millimeters. That's the gap. In fact, I'll put a picture in here and I'll show you what I mean. Check this out. This is a 21 millimeter gap between the tear, so it wasn't even connected, but that was completely gone. Now, I went to meet the surgeon yesterday at 1 p.m. and that was my first time meeting him. He basically had a look at my scans, looked at all the data and stuff and said, look, this is your options. He gave me option 1, which was surgery, or option 2, no surgery, let it heal by itself. Now, I know as a PT that blood flow doesn't happen a lot around ligaments and tendons. In fact, it's very, very minimal, hence why they take a long time to repair. Unlike a muscle, when you tear a muscle, they live off blood flow and blood supply. So that's why they repair a lot faster, if that kind of makes sense. So it was like, I kind of already know with surgery, it's going to take about 9 to 12 months for my recovery with surgery. So if no surgery is going to like nearly double that amount, I'm like, I don't really want to wait 2 years. So I opted for surgery. Thank God for private health insurance. I was able to book in with him. And little did I know, this guy is like one of the best or most sought after lower limb specialists in Brisbane. He's worked with some pretty big names. He worked in Canada with some hockey players as well. He's actually a sports surgeon, so he understands the nature of athletes, right? As opposed to like general practitioners or general surgeons. So that was a huge bonus for me. Like I said, I opted for the surgery within like hours. I was booked into Brisbane Private Mater Hospital. Absolutely next level hospital. I've never seen a hospital like it. I was like, is this a hotel or a resort, or is this actually a hospital? Because everything there is crazy flash. They got like touch screens in your room. Their room service is literally like a hotel style. Huge range of selections here. I'll show you right here. You got burgers, you got stir fries, you got like sandwiches and wraps, and like it was crazy, the selection there, and it was all part of my stay there. Thank you, private health insurance. I waited a few hours. They had a few surgeries ahead of me, and then I was booked straight in for it. And all up, it took 14 minutes. That's how long it took Dr. Cook to stitch my Achilles back together again. Like 14 minutes. I'm like, what a boss, man. He was so professional, man. The whole team were just so welcoming. I usually get a little bit of anxiety when I enter the actual theater part. When you're about to like go under and just, they start operating on you. I usually get a bit of anxiety. Just the whole room, the big room, the lights, it's cold. You got all these like surgeons standing there with masks on. You're the only one on this bed. I just get all these like weird thoughts, stupid. It actually played Stuck in the Middle, I believe it's called, by Zed. It was playing as they wheeled me into the actual theater, I kid you not. And they were smiling and they were like waving to me. And one of the ladies was like, hi Caleb, like it's gonna be fine. And like, they were just so welcoming. I've never, ever had that in like a surgery theater before. So it made my anxiety come down a lot. And before I knew it, I was out like a light, woke up and I was like, wow, in my ward, ready to start recovering. So really awesome experience. If you ever get the chance to like try and pick a hospital, being private health and stuff like that, pick Brisbane Private Mater Hospital. They were absolutely amazing. Anyways, I've been home now for about 4 hours. I've just been in my room sleeping, trying to catch up on some rest, some recovery, and now I'm about to start my actual rehab phase. Now, I'll break this down to you. The rehab cycle for my Achilles tendon looks like a 9 to 12 month process, but it's actually broken down into 4 phases. The first phase is weight bearing. Now this can go from 2 weeks up to 6 weeks, right? And the whole idea of weight bearing is to try and get as much weight on my foot to walk normally while I'm in a moon boot. This has to pretty much stay on me for 24 hours. And the goal is to get as much weight in through that foot as much as possible. And yes, it is the most painful phase of the rehab phase for an Achilles tendon. So it really comes back to me and how much I can physically handle. Now, I am using painkillers. No, not endone. I had a bad experience with endone. I find it constipates me a lot. Really, really awesome for helping with the pain, but not at the cost of the constipation I had for my ACL. That was a terrible experience. Instead, they put me on a different one. Very similar, just releases slower, and it doesn't cause constipation. It's called Targin or Targin. I'm yet to figure out how to actually pronounce it. Targin, Targin or Targin. So that's what I'm taking at the moment, twice a day, every 12 hours. Because even just like walking up this hallway here, I'm doing 5 sets of this and trying to bear as much weight through my foot. It's actually really, really sore. So we're gonna go through a set now and we're gonna get this rehab started because I don't wanna prolong my recovery. I wanna get back on my feet, back into my business, back into training, back into full health again. And I know that's gonna come back to how aggressive I am with my rehab. Now, when I say aggressive, I don't mean like kill myself like a workout. I mean, be consistent with it. Try and push it, but not to the point where it's going to swell up. And just on that, if it does swell up, I'm going to take off the moon boots and I'm going to slap some ice on it for 20 minutes, take it off, chuck it back in the moon boot. I've been given strict instructions to keep the moon boot on pretty much 24/7. The idea is to keep my foot in a nice shape so it doesn't go out of control, if that makes sense. Anyway, we're going to do a set of 5 and yeah, you guys are going to follow along with me. Check it out.
I don't really care if you cry. I don't really shouldn't have a lie. Should've saw the way she looked me in my eyes. She said, baby, I am not afraid to die. Push me to the edge. All my friends are dead. Push me to the edge. All my friends are dead. Push me to the edge.
All right, there's some terrible reps in there. I know it is really sore. What I'm really feeling is at the back where the stitches are. I feel it really rubbing up against the moon boot. It's really causing like a burning feeling. I want to sit down and have a bit of a rest. Whew. All right, so I'm just going to prop my leg up on the couch here, just sort of have a bit of a rest. It's a bit sore at the moment, and he said that too, like the first 2 weeks, which is basically that over and over again until I can bear as much weight through it. He's like, that's the most sorest part of your rehab, man. So just try and push through it, but not too much. And if it gets too sore where it starts swelling up, that's probably a good sign I'm pushing it too hard, which I do have a tendency to do, man. So yeah, I think I'll probably do another 3 sets after this rest, and then I'll chuck some ice on it and might call it a night. So just slow and steady, day by day, just slowly increasing. Just like normal weight training, it's about progressive overload. Now, progressive overload isn't going for like the crazy, ridiculous reps or sets straight away. It's finding out what your tolerance is and then building up on that every day. Now, the key is consistency, not how hard you go in one day, because I don't want to blow myself out and do like 30 sets in one day and then ruin myself because I can't walk because it's swollen and inflamed and I've pretty much stuffed it for the next few days. So remember, the idea of progressive overload is to consistently increase gradually over time. It's not bull out the gate kind of shit. It's just slowly build it up. Today you might do 5 sets. Tomorrow you might do 5 sets. Next day you might do 6 sets. You might sit on that for a while, then move up to 7 sets. Just slowly increasing over time. Alright guys, it is shower time, and I've got to say a big shout out to our friend Caroline who loaned us this shower chair, which is right here. You'll be able to help me sit down and relax and have a proper shower. Now, by the way, if you're wondering what the images are on this wall here, think of it as one big gigantic vision board. And if you're thinking, why the hell are they in your shower? And the reason is because this is the first place I come to in the morning. So when I'm playing my motivation music or I'm listening to a really powerful audio, getting my mindset ready, I'm actually visualizing all the things that I want to manifest in my life, and you'll see they actually go around the entire shower. And what it does is it puts me into a state of having already manifested them. So my hands are already around the steering wheel of the cars that I have in here. I'm already living in the house that I have on there, and it's just a really powerful way of me seeing my goals visually every single day and every single night. All right, so my foot is wrapped in a plastic bag. We've got some tape around it, and we're about to jump into the shower. Man, it's pretty awkward sitting down in the shower, trying not to let my leg get wet. Guys, it is currently 10 p.m. My leg is absolutely caning right now. I took my moon boot off and put some ice on it. Probably the worst idea because the moon boot keeps my foot like this. And when it's out of the boot, it starts tilting like this. So the angle gets bigger and bigger. So basically my toes are pointing down. The goal is to keep my foot like perfect, like an L. And so having to wedge my foot back into the moon boot, as you guys can see, my foot is back in the moon boots, and to get it back in there was freaking painful, man. It was so sore, and it is still hurting me right now. So I might pop me another Targan. I'm allowed 2 of these a day, and I haven't had my second one yet. I might pop one of those to help me sleep a little bit better. So that'll conclude today's video. Day 1, fresh out of surgery and in bed, the comfort of my family. She's crashed. Peace.
Can we just talk?